Welcome to the Department of English, Government Postgraduate College, Attock. These online classes have been started on the instructions of Punjab Higher Education Department, Govt of Punjab, Lahore. The prime purpose of these classes is to help students in continuing their studies and preparation for the final exams. By conducting these classes, the students would benefit from the teaching of their teachers in COVID-19 situation. As you know that all the educational institutions have been closed due to the spread of COVID-19. Hence, online classes are inevitable for the smooth flow of educational activities. That is why the government decided to launch online classes for the betterment of the students. In this regard, we hope and expect that you would pay full attention to these classes and would benefit from them as maximum as possible. We also hope that you would do your best to perform in the exams. For this purpose, our department too started the online classes to help you in preparing yourself for the final exams. I'm Abdul Qayyum from Department of English. Uh, my job is to teach you grammar, that is the paper B portion of the paper, and we have already started the correction of sentences. This is the question of 10 marks in your final paper, in which incorrect sentences are given and you have to correct those incorrect sentences. This question is of prime importance because it can help you in securing more marks, and these marks are very much pertinent and important because exact 10 marks can be got in this question if only 5 sentences are corrected. So I will be sharing the rules and the principles that can help you in correcting the incorrect sentence, and this would not only help you in securing good marks in your graduation, but these rules would also help you in improving your English in general, because the basic purpose of these lectures is to help you in spotting out the most frequent mistakes committed in the usage of English. By knowing these mistakes, you will be able to express yourself in correct English. Hence, it is hoped and expected of you that you would pay full attention to these rules. Further, you are also advised to make notes of these lectures because these would help you later in your preparation for the final exam as well. We have studied 46 rules so far, in which we have discussed in detail how to correct incorrect sentences in English. Today, we will begin with rule number 47, and the rule says that the definite article the is not used before material noun and abstract noun. Here, we have to remember two things in mind. Number one, that the definite article the is not used before number one material nouns and number two abstract nouns. So it is incorrect to use the definite article the before these two kinds of the nouns. For example, we say the honesty is the best policy. Here we see that honesty is an abstract noun. So before abstract noun, the definite article the can't be placed. It is an incorrect use of the definite article the if we use the before honesty. So in order to correct this sentence, we have to remove the before the abstract noun honesty. So the honesty is the best policy is incorrect. Why? Because the has been erroneously placed before honesty. So the correct usage of this sentence is to remove the before it. So the correct sentence for this is honesty is the best policy. So this is the correct usage of removing article before abstract noun honesty. Continuing with the same rule, we move to the next two examples where the same rule of not using the before abstract noun and material noun. In the second example, we can say the bravery is appreciated everywhere. So here we see that bravery is an abstract noun, whereas the has been used before it. So this is an incorrect sentence. Why? Because the definite article the cannot be used before abstract noun, which is bravery here in this sentence. So in order to correct this sentence, we have to remove the before the abstract noun bravery. So the correct sentence for this would be bravery is appreciated everywhere. So this is the correct use of this sentence. Why? Because the has been removed before bravery, that is an abstract noun. Similarly, in the next example, the price of the gold is on rise. Here you see that the gold has been highlighted. Gold is a material noun. See, gold is a material noun, and we cannot use the definite article before material noun, the gold. So, in order to correct this sentence, we have to remove the before gold. So, this would be the correct use of the definite article. This one in this case. So, the price of the gold is on rise is incorrect because of placing the before gold, which is a material noun. And the correct sentence here is the price of gold is on rise. So this is the correct use of the definite article the in this sentence. Now we move to rule number 48. Rule number 48 says that for birds, monkeys, etc. in trees, the preposition in is used instead of on. So if we want to show that some monkeys or the birds or the like this that these insects are like sitting in the tree, so the preposition with them is used like in, because these things cannot be sitting on the tree, rather they would be sitting or playing in trees. So this is the correct expression that we need to concentrate on in these sentences. For example, in the first sentence we see the birds are sitting on trees. So on trees means that on the top of the tree, whereas the case is not so. We find the birds inside the trees or inside the tree, not on tree. On tree means that on the top leaves of the trees, which is an incorrect expression. In order to correct this sentence, we have to replace the preposition on or over. Sometimes it can be used there erroneously. In order to correct that sentence, we have to place in instead of on or over. For example, in this sentence, we can see that the birds are sitting on trees. So, on trees is an incorrect expression. Rather, the correct sentence for this one is the birds are sitting in trees. This is the correct expression. Continuing with the same rule, the next we move to the crow had made a nest on a tree. Uh,
in this, if we use on, means that on the top of the leaves, but above the leaves or on the leaves, it has made a nest, is an incorrect expression. How is it possible that it makes the nest on the top of the leaves? Rather, it makes the uh, nest inside the tree. That is why that we have to replace that on a tree with in a tree. So the crow had made a nest on a tree is an incorrect expression. In order to correct it, we need to place in instead of on. So the correct sentence for this is the crow had made a nest in a tree. Continuing with the same rule of using in for the trees, the next rule is the next example is monkeys are playing on trees. Again, here we find that on has been used in this sentence for the trees. So, or you can say is suggestive of showing that the action of playing has taken above the leaves of the trees, which is not possible for the monkeys. Rather, what is the possibility that the monkeys may be able to play inside the trees, in the trees, instead of placing on the trees there. So that makes an incorrect expression there. So monkeys were playing on trees. You can see here that on has been highlighted in the red. This is the incorrect expression. We have to remove and replace on with in. So the monkeys were playing on trees is incorrect expression. Monkeys were playing in trees is the correct expression for this sentence. Now we come to rule number 49. Rule number 49 says that for two persons or objects, between is used, and for more than two, among is used. So these are the two words of the conjunctions that we need to replace, but they depend upon the number of the people or the objects they have been used for. So that depends upon the persons or the quantity or the number of the persons of the objects for which this has been used. So very much clearly that if it is for the two persons, then you use between for that, and if the number exceeds than two, then definitely we would use among for that one. For example, in the first example, we can see that this was the matter among two persons. Here you can see that uh, there are two persons. As it is clear that two persons has been used here, and here we see that among has been highlighted here in the sentence. That means because for the two persons it is incorrect to use among, or rather we have to replace among with between. So the first sentence, this was the matter among two persons, is wrong because of using among with the two persons. So the correct expression is this was the matter between two persons is the correct. Why? Because for the two persons between is used. Similarly, in the next two examples too, we find the same uh, incorrect use of the between or among. For example, in the sentence, three brothers divided property between themselves. Between has been highlighted in the red. Why? Because three brothers has been used here. So for more than two, we use between, we use among, not between. So using between with with three persons is incorrect. Three brothers divided property between themselves is incorrect because of using between with three persons. So the correct sentence for this one is three brothers divided property among themselves. Among is appropriate with three brothers. Similarly, this is the secret among you and me. So you and me are the two persons. So for the two persons, it is an incorrect expression to use among. Rather, we have to use between for two persons, that is you and me. So using among, this is the secret among you and me, is incorrect because of using among between two persons that are you and me. Rather, the correct sentence for that one is this is the secret between you and me.
This is the end of today's lecture. Uh, I, I hope and expect that you would have understood it completely, and you would also try to make your notes of these lectures. Uh, if you still face some difficulty in understanding these rules or these rules of the corrections, please feel free to put your question, drop your question in WhatsApp group that has been made for this purpose for the fourth year. Uh, BA fourth year, a WhatsApp group has been established. You can put and you can drop your question there. It would be addressed adequately and immediately. Thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you the best of the day and the best of the luck in your studies. Thank you very much.